Hawk!
And again, apologies for the voice.
Good afternoon, and just, obviously really happy for our team. It was a great team victory today, and just really proud of them. The work that they've done this entire month, and then obviously they did a great job down here in Nashville and had a great experience. Appreciative to Scott and everybody with the Transparent Bowl. It's been just absolutely fantastic. So I said transparent again, and then perfect. I'll get that right. Son of a bitch. Anyway, so just really happy for our guys. Just really happy for our guys, and especially our seniors. What a way to send them off. It's been a great group, and can't thank them enough for all they've done. And each and every one of these guys really has embodied, what it means to be a Hawkeye. When you talk about the guys that are seniors, senior captains, or a kid like Tommy Hartlieb, Dallas Craddoth, big tackle on special teams. So just a really special group, and bowl games are a little bittersweet because of that. You got to say goodbye to those guys, but just couldn't be more proud. And then the other aspect, obviously, a chance for some younger players to step up and do some things. And one of the fun things about coaching in a bowl game, you watch younger guys develop and grow. Saw a lot of that during the course of this past 4 weeks, and coincidentally, Jazz Patterson took it there at the end and had a couple good runs. And he's a young guy who just quietly has been, grabbing opportunity and doing a great job. So when you talk about Cooper, obviously he had a great game. Joe Labus might be as valuable as Cooper, just in the fact that, he didn't make any critical mistakes out there, and that's easier said than done. And, just proud of the way he handled things and got thrown into it pretty suddenly. So, just happy about the younger guys' development. Obviously, we've got a big leadership void, and I think as much as anything, I think of this group of seniors, the contributions they've made leadership-wise, just invaluable. So, just happy about everything in that front. And then, unfortunately, I've got some sad and tragic information to share with you. Jack Campbell's grandfather passed away last night, was involved in an accident here. And Mr. Smith, I can just tell you this from personal experience, had a really big influence on Jack's entire life. He was really close with him, helped parent him. I know he was here to cheer on his grandson. Very, very proud of Jack, and I can just tell you it was a great mutual relationship the two of them had. So, our hearts are certainly with the entire family, Jack and his entire family, as they grieve, and this is, it's tough to deal with. So, anyway, but I know, again, he was a great influence on Jack and a great Hawkeye on top of it, and just really appreciative of that. So, sorry to drop that on you, but transition into questions.
Coach, can you talk about that 2 pick sixes and how important they were today?
Yeah, huge. I mean, we knew what we were up against, and some ways, both of us were looking in the mirror a little bit stronger, more veteran on defense, both teams. And so, for us, playing clean football offensively was a starting point, and I was confident Joe could do some things and, get some things going. Defensively, certainly that was going to be paramount. We've ridden that all season long. You never count on the touchdowns, but the field position part. And then the third ingredient was our special teams play. I joked with Torrey we should have made him a captain earlier, I guess, but he kind of had a better game. He punted great, and it really impacted the field position. And then if you give our defense a chance, they might do some good things. And both great plays. Cooper's hardly a veteran, but he's played. And then for X to get that one, that was great for him in his first start too. So you got some young guys getting some valuable experience and having a great experience.
Amplifying on Torrey, can you begin to explain what a difference maker he's been?
Oh, he's been outstanding. And watching the growth over 3 years is probably the neater part, and that's one of the fun parts about coaching. And he had a couple games where he wasn't as sharp, but I don't know if I've seen him sharper than what I saw today. Like, he was on it, just on it every time. And we had great respect for their returners, both on kickoff and then also the punt. So it was something we were really focused on, especially number 2. And so that's why Dallas's tackle on that kickoff was so good. And then, but Torrey's work is just, for a lot of people it's not that big of a deal, but just in the second half, I think it was, we punted down there and got the ball back. We gained 20 yards field position. I think it was the first second possession in the third quarter. So all those little things that aren't very, interesting to people make a big difference in games. And then, if you got a good defense, it gives you a chance.
On Xavier's pick six, looked like you guys switched from more to a cover 3 look as opposed to more of a cover 4. Do you think that impacted the play at all? And then of course what he was able to do once he caught it, it seems to show what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, we play mostly zone, and hopefully not too obvious with what we're doing. But yeah, I mean, it was a good heads-up play. And again, both teams are playing with new quarterbacks, so not making those critical errors was big. And then our guys capitalized the ball. Looked like it sailed a little bit, and he was there. And then forever it seems like our guys have done a good job. We do a good job of turnovers, making them offensive opportunities, if you will. And that's coached. I mean, those guys, they know where to go, where to get. And did a nice job getting behind his blockers, and our guys hustle when there is a turnover. They're trying to make it more than just getting possession, and it's good coaching. Our defense staff, I think, does a great job, and I'll flip it over to the offensive staff too. I think again we knew our challenges here, and to navigate it the way we wanted to was a good effort by all 3 phases.
How much have you seen Xavier grow over these last few months?
Yeah, I'm not saying he's Cooper, but if you remember, like Cooper was no household name a year ago, at least in November. So again, that's what we get to watch is you watch guys get confidence, and the world we're living in now, it's just going to happen sooner than it used to. You used to redshirt guys so frequently, but those days are gone. So you watch him doing things on special teams, and that's usually where, especially with the perimeter guys, you start getting a good feel about a guy. And he's been doing that. I mean, he's attentive. He's got a great attitude, works hard, and that goes back to January when he showed up. So for him to get his first experience, I just asked him if he's nervous. I didn't want to talk to him before the game. He said no, and that's what he came here for, to play. So it was really good to see him step in there. And Cohen Entringer's done a really nice job too. He had an injury he had to deal with here in December, or otherwise he would have been in there a little bit too. So you got three guys back there. You don't want to lose a guy. Kayvon won here. You don't want to lose a guy, but good to see younger guys step up and go.
7 straight seasons, not counting the COVID year, you've won at least 8 games. What does that mean to you, just to kind of?
I'll factor in COVID too, because that was well over 61, whatever percent that is. So, I think it's significant. Winning in college football is not easy, and I think it's significant if you look at the other 4 teams that have done it. Oklahoma dropped out of it. It was 6 coming into the year. We're still there, and those other teams, you don't see us recruiting against them too often. So, it just says a lot about our players. Like I said, these seniors, feel an obligation to the program to uphold the standard, and that's what the game's all about. Guys getting that message, and just it's pretty simple, but it's hard when you got 120 guys show up every day with a good attitude and put it on a stage working. And it's those are habits that'll really help them down the road. Whether what do they do professionally, being a parent, being somebody that's member of a team in a company, a school, whatever you're doing. It's just it's a beautiful part about football. So
earlier, he said the more you put into the program, the more you get out of it. How would you kind of accentuate what he means by that?
I agree. Pretty good examples of the 3 guys that were, I don't know if Riley was here, but the 3 senior captains here today, and Kayvon same way, and then Tori. It's just, that's life though. It's you get what you get. What you give, you get it back. Typically, sometimes it takes a while, but you get it back, and it's. I've always believed that, I guess.
What did you see from Joe Avis in his first career start?
Yeah, if you'd seen him 2 weeks ago, and I'll get in trouble again. I got in trouble last year with this one, but if you saw him 2 weeks ago, like, whoa. The first couple of weeks were really bumpy, but last week he kind of settled down a little bit. And, just an example of teamwork and, being a good teammate. Petrus was with him every play, and with Carson had to get in the huddle with him every play, even last week. It's just guys helping each other up. But his growth, that's growth he wouldn't have gotten until the opportunity opened up. And he had a great attitude. He's really worked hard. And, I thought he did a really good job today. I don't mind telling you, we were worried about the 25-second clock. Let's just start there, getting the ball snapped between that. I don't know how close you watch pregame, but we had a center quarterback exchange, of course, like on the first play. So, that stuff isn't really reassuring sometimes. But, he played with boys out there, and, he's got a little juice to him, too. So that's fun to see.
Kirk, we've talked rightfully so about Jack Campbell, Kayvon Merriweather, but Riley Moss is a guy that you didn't, maybe wasn't going to come back. He ended up coming back. I guess I saw the emotional moment you two had on stage, but what has Riley Moss meant to you and the program?
So, yeah, last year, whatever, like December, whatever, it was, we had that little break, the guys came back, and both, within like 5 minutes each other, Campbell and Laporta walk him off and say, I'm back for next year. Okay, I'm not going anywhere, so great. Riley, as you know, took it into January, and I really didn't think he would come back. But I think his decision was well thought out. I think he got great guidance from his family. And this year, no questionably, has helped him in his future. He would love to play in the NFL. And my big concern with him coming back, I've told the NFL people this, is, okay, you get a guy back for that year maybe you're not counting on. So what's it going to be like? First guy out there on the field every day in spring ball and worked his tail off every day. That's how he does things. So, doing the pregame thing yesterday, Louis Riddick just commented about how impressed he was, and Louis played defensive back. We were together in Cleveland. So that, again, it's that example of, a guy coming back with the right attitude and just, building on. And I've always believed players improve. Good players improve if they've got the right attitude. So, I mean, that's what you're talking about with Riley. What a great guy. Just that's the fun part about football.
New quarterbacks on both sides.
I'm sorry, come right back there. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah.
Sorry. New quarterbacks on both sides, but for your defense, as good as they've played all year, to cap this off with a shutout, the first in this bowl's history, how nice is that?
Yeah, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. One thing I've learned, if they can't score, then you got a shot to, you're not going to lose. I know that. So, if we could have written the script today, it was perfect. Just really happy. And, again, it's a testament to the way our guys prepare and just, the work that they put in beyond the practice field. Those guys are really committed to it, and there's a standard. And it's great to see. I'm really proud of those guys.
So I've been covering your team for about the past 4 seasons, and I never seen you emotional like that when you hugged your players up at the podium, like you had tears in your eyes. Can you just describe the emotions you were feeling at that moment?
It's probably amplified a little bit, again, things I've talked about in December here, all this stuff going on that just doesn't make sense in college football, quite frankly. And that's a whole discussion for a different day. And there's a lot of things that, kind of, frustrate you a little bit, or you wonder, what the hell's going on, But the single best part about coaching is being with the guys. So, and when you got guys like we got, it's just, like that's the best part of the day. And I quit golfing 30 years ago, thank God for everybody. But like that's, if I was good golf and like golf, like that would be like going and golfing, right? But I don't golf, so I'd rather be around our players, and that's, again, you get guys that are buying in and just, focused on the right things. That's what makes it fun, makes it really valuable.
Unless I missed something, Van Ness didn't play in the first quarter. Was there any reason for that? And then do you think he'll be back next year?
We'll see. Time will tell. No major reason, and, time will tell. We'll see. We hope so. Hope a lot of guys are back.
Castro's built a reputation as being a sure tackler, but today he has some really nice plays in pass coverage. How would you just describe how he's kind of...
Yeah, they tested him, right? I mean, they went after him, and I thought he played great. That guy's fast, the guy he was covering. We talked about, X-stepping him, but same thing with Sebastian. He played a lot of snaps all season, but he just keeps improving. He's a tough, hard-nosed guy, and he cares and works hard. So that was a tough matchup, but I thought he played well, and, he was a factor in the game, certainly. And it's that next man in, next man up concept, and again, the guys buy into it.
Yeah. That catch that Sam had, and he broke 6 different tackles. It was kind of like TJ a few years ago, but this is probably even better. I mean, to put you guys in a scoring position. How do you sum up a play like that just by watching it? I mean,
he's all football player. It's just, and he was that way. I tell the NFL guys, when he came here, he was pretty good, like receiving and that kind of stuff. Never blocked. But the guy's just all football player. He truly loves the game. He loves competition, and he loves, doing it with a bunch of good guys. So, and that, going back to him, I mean, you get some of these guys are pretty rare. Like, this group's pretty rare. So, and Sam's right there. I mean, he's just unbelievable. What a football player he is. So, but that's, and you mentioned TJ, like that was the biggest play in the game back in 18, I guess it would have been, right? 18. The 1-yard pass that he took down, and because, we were kind of up against it there, shifted field position, and then made them go the long field. That was a huge play in that game. And I actually said last night when I told him, I said, biggest pass play in the Orange Bowl was Tony caught about a 3-yard, little in and out. and took it 50 or whatever it was. So that's football sometimes, but you got to have guys like Tony, TJ, or Sam, and that's, that's how good things happen. But yeah, what a good story he is. And then it was fitting that Luke finished it off, because boy, has he become a good football player.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.